Get out of my way. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, bruising runner Leonard Fournette, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. With that, let's get out to Dignity Health Sports Park in Southern California as we welcome in our guys, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Six man. Check girls, check girls.
On 1st and 10, Parks, and caught by Henry. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Parks. And the pressure gets to him again. Marcus Davenport in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Jones. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a quick pass to Richardson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. To throw on 3rd down. Parks. And it's complete. Henry. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 47 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Marcus Davenport able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And he's going to go down again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working.
Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
Matthews, the intended target. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2.
A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
He's by himself, Keenan Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. So here are the Saints to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On first down, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jones going to throw again. And this one complete to Smith. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Complete. It's Henry. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out with
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, L.A. Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on first down. Parks going up top. He's got a man. Complete.
We got this.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Parks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141 and a half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Parks. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Marcus Davenport in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jones to throw again. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, Montgomery.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Parks. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Back to throw. Parks. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Santa Clara. And that one for the 49ers, now a 2-touchdown advantage. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Hey, Jet. Get off the field. 31's the mic. Go, 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 go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. Throwing Jones. It's caught. Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Looking to throw. Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jones now. Throwing again. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because...
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point.
Brandon, he's on his way to a big day. He's punched in a couple already, and you know he's seeking more.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Parks, complete. Richardson has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that one results in 35 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard lines. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. On 3rd down, Parks caught by Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch your slant, watch your slant, watch your slant.
On 1st and 10, Parks. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw. Parks. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Now, the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Leo!
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Looks good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go, baby.
We have hit halftime. Still, you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
That's it, baby.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Parks. And some room to roam now. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you, he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Parks across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Fournette. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the bootleg. Parks. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Marcus Davenport in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Parks. And the pressure gets to him again. Marcus Davenport in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Jones throwing to start the drive. He's got Smith here. He's at the 40, past the 20. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 82 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now, when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Back to throw. Parks, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And this will leave him a yard short.
Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Fournette, and an alley to run.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Parks. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Marcus Davenport drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
On first down, Jones. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me,
oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And shutting him off, now open field. And now look at him go. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
McManus's point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Finding the end zone yet again as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drop.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Parks. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Chargers on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 16. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Throwing on first down. Parks, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards, and he's going to go down again. Marcus Davenport in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is Harris. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
90 Wolf. All day. I'm coming after you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get the...
And this is going to be intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about this picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Matthews. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to